a produce in the heart of the majority in about 5 local government areas in Kaduna State.
So we are people of ginger. Ginger is our gold. Ginger is our uranium. Ginger is our crude oil. We normally even give it a name now. We call it ginger dollar.
Kachia, one of the major herbs, spaces within its nooks and crannies turned ginger workshops. This farming season for millions of ginger farmers across these major hubs in southern Kaduna appears normal until months into the season when the crops began to show some signs of stress and stunts.
And I buy the seed, I pay for the seed, then I buy the seed. Then during rainy season, around May, I plant the ginger. Then the ginger, it germinates fine, and everything was good, and everything it was okay. But suddenly, as we put fertilizer, then the ginger is coming up, and it reaches a certain place. The ginger grow to the stage level, and when I come to the farm, I started discover that some stem of the ginger, it started dry up. I was suspecting whether it is termites. So because I'm selling herbicide, we quickly put termite products and apply it on the ginger. But later on, we still think that the thing is still expanding gradually. So I want to apply first fertilizer by June, the last June. I've applied fertilizer. Then the ginger is growing. Then when it reached July, I wanted to apply another one, and I observed that the sickness entered the farm, which has discovered that in some places they have discovered their own by June. That if I apply the fertilizer second time, it will affect the whole farm. I should leave it. Then I put in a lot of chemical, a lot of insecticide. We put carbon insecticide. We put this Van B insecticide. I put that's one that it be like a Dawa product. I buy from there. That's company, agri company in near Abuja. I apply it.
Exhausting the use of all in their toolboxes to salvage the crops. For many, the reality and enormity of loss due to what appears to be a fungal infection came glaringly during harvest.
The digging going on here, meaning that ginger is being harvested. But those digging seem to be frustrated, just like the owner of the farmer standing here, Rabo. He has planted this ginger for some months back, and indication has shown clearly that this farm, among other several farms, have been engulfed and infested by a certain disease, which is right now unknown to farmers like Rabo, who is standing here watching as the hidden part of what he has sown into this farm is coming out from the ground, meaning that obviously he is digging or harvesting at a loss.
Malam ina kwana ina gajiya.
Ya bisa lafiya. Lafiya lau.
Da Allah ga mana sunanka.
Sunana Rabo.
Rabo wani?
Rabo Jacob.
All we need from our brothers and sisters are prayers, because many of us have collapsed. Some of us have died as a result of the ginger disease, which has devastated our farms. Aside that, we are in dire need of prompt intervention. A stone throw from Rabo's farm, Gabriel is jittery. His ginger farm is due for harvest, but he is not in a hurry to call the diggers.
I don't know what is in there. I know something is there, but I don't know that whether my money that I spent in this farm will come out or it will not come out. That's what I'm just looking, because looking at this big farm, to look of the ginger that is they are faced in this farm, you cannot to calculate with the labor, because the ginger has a lot of labor. During planting, you have to involve a lot of people. And not only that, after planting, if you want the ginger to produce very well, you have to cover it. That's another money. And after covering it, then during the rainy season, you have to apply chemical to kill all the grass in the farm. Because if you don't kill all the grasses in the farm, it will affect the growing of the ginger because of the rain. And later on, if you still spray, if you jump some places, you still come and remove some grasses.
And then
add to that one again. If you calculate all this labor, and after that, during harvesting, you will still employ more people to harvest. You still settle them. So ginger have a lot of labor inside.
So with what is happening here, you are now looking at how you're...
I'm looking at, even me, I'm looking at, will I be able to plant next year because of this problem? And because of the spending I've spent, will I come out from this money that I've spent in this ginger?
Few steps away, I followed Bartholomew to his ginger farm. With all hopes of at least a cost recovery harvest dashed away, he is trying a strategy he learned from his forefathers to secure seed that could be used to kickstart a fresh farming season.
But so far, how many acres or hectares have you been able to plant ginger?
This year I plant almost 10 hectares of gingers.
And you spent?
Frankly speaking, we spend a lot because the fertilizer that I spread in this ginger, I'm getting almost 50 bags of fertilizer. So as this thing happen now, I don't know what to do, self.
How did you get the money?
Frankly speaking, we collected loan from some of our cooperative societies. So they give us loans of fertilizer. We spray. Even the money that we used to give people for planting in ginger, even maybe some wheat, it is money. So frankly speaking, we spend a lot.
Now I see that you are spreading, twigs of rice over, your farm.
Yes.
Do you expect that this will help?
So, I just want to try it and see, maybe if God will help. I'm doing just this small portion. I want to cover this small portion against next year. Maybe it will help so that we can get some of the seed to plant of next year's season. And the rest of the ginger, some places there's nothing that we can even get there. It has rot all, nothing did here now.
The loss can only be estimated owing to the efforts each farmer puts to salvage the crop. Majority of the farmers took facility to manage. With high hopes of making gains, now the hopes gone, pockets empty, and creditors sharpening their knives.
Definitely, must cannot pay it. If they will jail them, well, they will only wait for whatever will happen. But to pay back, it is the ginger you sold to pay back the loan you collected. But the ginger is not there. The ginger is not there. How can you pay the loan that you've collected? So the paying the loan is you give yourself. Whatever happens, they'll jail you, fine. They forgive you, fine. But no means of paying the loan collected. And that's why we are calling the federal government, the state government to assist. Ginger, Nigeria ginger is the second in the world market. But many have put all their resources into ginger farm, but no result. The ginger, one day, the ginger collapsed. About 99% of the farmers have been affected. It's only 1%. And I normally said this, if the federal government, the state government, the local government, the international community did not come to assist to investigate the cause of this infection, then died. Because this ginger is the one, mostly the southern part of Kaduna, pay their school fees, their health bill, and what have you. But if
To better understand the impact of poor harvest of ginger, we drove towards Kwai in Jaba local government area. About 5 kilometers short the city, we were at a bustling weekly market.
Kenya Market is located in Kaganko local government area of Kaduna State. This local market is a place where at this point in time where harvest of ginger is at its peak, activities here, buying and selling of that produce will also be at its peak. But what we want to find out, looking at what we have found out in the farms, is whether such is the case this time around.
Supplies scanty, and even with prices looking up, those involved in the exchange of the produce are as frustrated as the farmers.
Actually, we thank God because of today. We are among the living men. But actually this year, all of our farmers, they suffer a lot. People who put their money in billions, hardly will they get at least 100,000 this year. Where people have to farm like 3 acres of land and get 2 trailers of ginger, this year they are getting only 20 or 30 bags of ginger. And this is the product of this year compared with last year. Last year this is the product of our ginger, but this year due to the disinfection, this is the kind of product we have. Now today market, we're supposed to have about 5,000 bags of ginger inside market, but ginger only today in the market will not reach 200 bags. A lot of children today have sent back home. There is no school fees to pay for their children. Masses are suffering a lot. We need government help in this situation.
Does that also change the price, looking at, last year and this year? Tell us.
Yes, actually the price changes. Like last year, even though ginger was plenty and surplus, a bag of ginger was sold at the rate of 42,000. But last year, if they buy at the rate of 42,000, a farmer can get 10 bags, will go home with at least 420,000. But this year they are buying 20,000, while you have 50,000 per bag, but you have only 1 bag. Now, did we lose or we gain? It's a big loss. Last year, the price of this year is more than last year's price. Because last year I told you that 42,000 they are buying a bag. So a farmer will bring 10 bags and he will sell them at the rate of 420,000. But this year, a farmer bring only 1 bag, and that's the only ginger he has this year. He sold at the rate of 50,000. Even though the price increased, but it's a loss.
Let's also look at the quality between the two. Look at this one and look at, last year's own.
Yes, this is last year's ginger. This is the kind of ginger we did last year. Very white. Very white. Due to last year there's no any disease, there's no any affection. But this year there is a lot of affection. There is no ginger in the farm, and most of our ginger was getting rotten in the farm. Somebody who farm at least 3 hectares of land is getting only 10 bags. 3 hectares of land, we are getting 10 bags.
We know also
yes,
that people from across the state in Nigeria
yes, sir,
come to markets like this or market days like
yes,
this one.
Yes.
In fact, people they say from Niger travel to places like
yes, quite, it's true, it's true,
ginger.
It's true.
Are you still seeing those people coming?
No, we are not seeing them. We are not seeing them because there is no ginger. Even they come, they will not get they will not get to the amount of ginger they are looking for. There is no farmers, no buyers this year.
So what call will you make now?
Now we are calling government to support us in seeing that even we get if the little seed we have, when we keep it now, is getting rotten, and we need at least chemicals that will let us. The government will research and see what was the cause of the disease that affected the ginger this year, because we farmers we don't know the cause. We have never seen this thing since from the generation to this time. We have never seen this thing. So we are calling for government to help us, assist us, and then see that we get some chemicals that will prevent this thing, so that we can get seed to farm at the forthcoming season.
It is the same markets agent involved in picking the best of the produce scout, and their fear is not the shortfall in supplies, but extreme difficulty in getting the produce that could meet the standard for export.
You see, like last year, we are in November like this, we have already got the American standard. This is the American standard. I came to the market today, I need to bought like 200 back. But unfortunately, look at this car. I just bought a little. Let me go show my white man that he sent me because I'm the agent with them. I'm a market processor, a ginger processor by professional. And we look for the American standard. And we couldn't get the American standard. Because of the incident that happened in the farm, the ginger has spoiled. That is why even the one that they cut it, all the bags you see the ginger are black. You can't see this quality. We are praying that maybe if government can put hand, help the farmers so that the farmers will be arise up.
So you mean the ones that they're bringing in now, this year's harvest, it will not meet this standard?
This standard, I don't think that we can meet up these standards. Look at the quality. I don't think that we can get it. Because even we check inside the car, like last year, even inside the car you will see the ginger like this. You will see this quality shine, show outside that yes, this is the ginger, very white. But now look at in the back. Nothing where they white like that. Ginger affected, seriously.
Leaving the market, I dashed into a facility with capacity for mass processing and storage of ginger.
Well, looking at what has happened in the farm, we are wondering what will happen here as these machines and equipment are waiting for those harvests to come so that they will start up and work.
And there's no activities now as it is. Last year, let me shock you, last year we have over 30,000 bags of ginger here, but as it is now, there's no single bag of ginger. This is aggregation center and ginger hub. Farmers normally bring some of their output, that's the ginger. We have the threshing, the slicing machine, we have the washer, and then we have the dryer. And some of the farmers normally bring their ginger for slicing, and before slicing, we have to wash the ginger so that we can bring the international standard during export. And then after the washing, and then they will take it to the slicing machine. From the slicing machine, after slicing, we have some solar dryers over there. And then the solar dryer, instead of, if you are going to dry it in the open air, it will take more than a week. But in a dryer, it will take not less than 3 to 5 days, your ginger will be dry. And then they will package it. We have some package bags that we normally package our ginger. We normally package it at around 41 to 40 kg before exporting it.
When I was heading back to base, I kept wondering what will happen to the millions of ginger farmers who have had their fingers burned by the same nature which nurtures the produce that makes them shoulder high. But like pouring water to a blazing fire, a representative of the people cooled the rising tension in me.
We in the 10th National Assembly, from the Senate up to the lower chamber, the green chamber and the red chamber, sat together from that area, the southern part of Kaduna. And we sat, discussed these issues and come out with a bill, which the Senate has read those bills it has gone through the first reading in the National Assembly by our Senator, distinguished Senator Sunday Marshall Katu. And we in the National Assembly come together with a joint also motion that is in support of the bill presented by the Senate. And we all agreed, condemned, and also asked government to come to our aid. We have seen the pathetic nature of the situation. We've gone through, we've seen it with our naked eyes. This is the worst calamity we've ever found in our side. And so we said, okay, let government come and give us a help. What was destroyed is more than 10 billion naira. What was destroyed in that area. That is our cash crop. That is what we do. In the whole of this world, everybody knows that Kacha, Kagarko, and the southern part of Kaduna are the melting point of ginger. And where you find the real ginger you needed, if you go there, you find the best ginger so far. And so we are calling on government to really come to our aid and to assist our people with seed and also finances to be able to boost out the the remaining ones that we could be able to just carve out from the remnants that we can get from this year's farming. So this is what we are aiming at, and beside that, I'm already currently having a bill of an institution in Kagarku, and that bill was to establish an institution where research will continue, that all the soil will be tested. I went through around the whole 22 wards. I campaigned through. I saw their problems. They have problem of erosion everywhere. Erosion have engulfed even in Kagarko town. If you go into it, you will be surprised to see them. That I have written to Ecological Fund, asking them to really come into their aid. If you are going to Kukui, you see their bridge, you will be surprised of the bridge has almost cut up because of erosion. You are going to Arabi Ward, you will see what has happened. If you go to Kacha, some houses are almost engulfing with erosion. That was the first attempt to be able to talk. The second attempt, we were highly, and it was the most devastating issue, is that for us in Kacha, that out of the 774 local government in Nigeria, I can tell you that Kacha have the highest formation of military, but yet we have the highest insecurity in our land. Almost 60% of our people have left their homes for some areas, and these are people who basically live through this farming and so on and so forth. So we are working hard to make sure that peace and normalcy is returned to their people and people return back to home. With that, we are also on the top gear.
This call will surely sing, and with farmers whose faith in an international produce is unshakable like the rock of Gibraltar, the diggers will dig once again, and Nigeria will maintain its position in the global ginger market.